Jim McKay for News Talk 99.7 WNTK and News Talk 98.9 WUVR. And I'm here on the John Stark Highway at Dartmouth Motors in Newport, and we're debuting our segment Test Drive, as we're going to give you a radio showcase of some of local dealerships' finest inventories. And currently we're at the Dartmouth Motors on the John Stark Highway in Newport, and today's vehicle is going to be the 2012 Chevy Volt, and I'm currently here with Barry Potwin of Dartmouth Motors, and he's going to help us break down this vehicle and show you why you need to come over here and check it out and maybe buy a car at Dartmouth Motors. This is certainly a beautiful car. Barry, first of all, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, we've got a 2012 Chevy Volt right here, and obviously the name of the car, Volt, and something that is trending in the car industry right now, electric cars. Tell us a little bit about the Chevy Volt and its electric capabilities.
Well, the Chevy Volt has a range of 40 miles on a full charge on just electric energy. It also has a 1.8 liter generator. It's an engine under the hood, but it's a generator. It's not going to be used to power the vehicle. It's actually just used to charge the battery. The battery system is actually all the power the vehicle needs. The rims on this vehicle are 6 pounds lighter than a regular rim of the same size to keep the weight down. The tires on this vehicle are Goodyear Assurance. They're 27% less resistant to the road than a normal tire would be. Of course, trying to keep everything efficient for the electric capability. This car is also as aerodynamic as a Corvette. In the wind tunnel, it's got a 0.28 coefficient rating for drag. Traditionally, you'll see the front part of the vehicle where the radiator would get air. This vehicle is all closed off. It doesn't need that because, of course, the electric capability. The front air dam on the lower fascia is completely flexible. People have some concerns of maybe the vehicle being a little bit too low for this area. Completely flexible. It also has another feature which is called front park assist. Plenty of people should know what rear park assist is, the beepers, and this one's got front park assist to make sure you don't curb the vehicle in the front.
We're here with Barry Potwin at Dartmouth Motors. This is Test Drive on the WNTK Morning Show on News Talk 99.7, WNTK and WUVR 98.9 at 1490 AM. And we're currently looking at a 2012 Chevy Volt, as Barry just described some of the exteriors and insides and out of this car. It's an absolutely beautiful car, and we were talking about the color. Viridian Jewel, this one is that we're looking at. It's kind of I would say, a almost light bluish silver, but it's an absolute beautiful car. Now, you were talking a little bit about the generator and how that's involved with the car. In terms of this being energy efficient, in terms of gas mileage, what are we looking at right here?
Well, if you just run on electric, it's about 96 miles to the gallon, equivalent to a gas-powered engine. Total fuel range, 370 miles or so. When it uses the generator for extended range mode. This vehicle is got a pressurized fuel tank. It's got a pressurized fuel tank because if you are one of the people that uses this car for back and forth to work every day, and you're not going to dip into the gas part of the vehicle, it'll keep that fuel good for 6 to 8 months in that pressurized gas tank.
Now, in terms of the electric charge of this car, how does one go about charging this bad boy up?
Well, it's as easy as plugging it into a 110 socket at your house. It does require a 20 amp fuse at least. 30 amp is recommended, and if you have a 40 amp, that could be good for a future application, maybe upgrading the charging capability of it. On a 110 charge, it will take 10 hours total time to charge. So if, like I said, if you're a commuter that has, a 15-mile one way to work and come back, plug it in, you're ready for the next day, you won't burn gas at all. If you have a 240 volt installed at your home, you're looking at about 4 hours for a charge. So some versatility there.
All right, this is Barry Potwin and Jim McKay here at Dartmouth Motors on the John Stark Highway in Newport. 863-2800, 863-2800 is the number to contact Dartmouth Motors right here on the John Stark Highway in Newport. And we're taking a look at a 2012 Chevy Volt. We've been talking about some of the ins and outs in this car, and we're actually going to go inside of it next. So let's take a look inside this car and take it for a little spin.
Before we get inside, I just want to point out there's a little tab here on the door handles.
Sure.
If you have the key fob in your purse or in your jacket, you don't have to take it out to unlock the doors. This will recognize it, and it's as easy as just pressing the button on the door handle.
Okay, so if you have your key. If you have your key fob with you, it'll recognize it that it's in close proximity to the car, and you'll just be able to open it right there.
That's right.
Oh, that's a very cool feature on the outside of this car. And again, this is a Viridian Jewel 2012 Chevy Volt. Absolute beautiful car. And now that we've got how to open the door, we're going to take a look inside here and take it for a little spin. All right. And this is got black interior. Just to talk about some of the ins and outs of this car again, we're now sitting inside, and that was the startup screens. This is incredibly modern inside of this car. We've got kind of a black interior, and right in the middle dash here, we're looking at a nice, beautiful computer screen. What do we say that is, about
7.2 inch.
7.2 inch screen. And we've got, of course, one behind the wheel here where your speedometer and mileage would be, and some car like I have, where your dummy lights would be. But, of course, this is a nice modern Chevy Volt. So you've got the screens in the middle dash and then right behind the wheel. And, of course, you've got. Let's just break down some of the insides of this things in terms of electronics, your radio, your CD player, and then you could talk about the computer screens a little bit.
Well, just to go back to what you said, the tone we heard was the car recognizing that the key fob is in the vehicle. To start the vehicle, you just have to have the key fob in the car. There's a nice blue power button. All you have to do is touch that power button with your foot on the brake, and you will hear another tone. The tone is to let you know that the vehicle is running per se. Otherwise, you're not going to hear the engine run because it's an electric car. The center stack is conveniently marked. Radio, all your normal features are here. No buttons, just senses the touch of your finger. It's got a couple other things here, a button for the emergency brake rather than a lever. It also has a little leaf emblem with a button. If you push that, it will show you the energy flow for the vehicle, whether it's using the battery power or the engine. There's a couple more buttons here. It will show you when you need to plug it in. It'll show you, your total fuel mileage. If you use this car for the electric capability and don't dip into the gas mode. Right now, we've had this car on the lot for probably a couple of weeks and haven't really dipped into the gas at all. It's showing a miles per gallon of 250. Lifetime of 122 miles per gallon. That's because we've been using it on the electric. It's probably burned maybe a couple gallons of gas. So combined with the electric capability, outstanding fuel mileage, obviously.
And we're currently inside a 2012 Chevy Volt. We're currently inside of a 2012 Chevy Volt. We're Jim McKay here with Barry Potwin at Dartmouth Motors on the John Stark Highway in Newport. Just running down everything inside the car. Two beautiful computer screens, like Barry was just talking about, that you can really get into. It's got a very nice display about it, very easy to go in and out with the two touch screens, and of course everything in your center dash is censored by the hands, and very easy to look at and very easy to kind of scroll through. Very user-friendly car, and Barry, if you'll do us the honor, let's start this up and take a little spin.
It's actually running right now, but like I said, you can't hear it run. That's what the tone is for when you get in the vehicle and press the power button, is to make sure that you know it is running.
And I'm gonna just be silent here. If you want to talk about a nice, calm ride, I didn't even know the thing was on right now. And we are currently ready to drive. I feel like it's a neutral, but with this electric car, we're actually moving now, going down the hills here at Dartmouth Motors on the John Stark Highway in Newport, and you can't even hear this thing.
Got the display that would traditionally show you your speedometer, odometer, battery indicators, oil pressure, that stuff, sort of thing. There's two things that stand out. Is your charge level in a range, and then on the right side you'll see a spinning ball with leaves on it. This is going to show you your driving habits. When the ball is in the center and it's spinning with the leaves, that means you're driving efficiently. If you get on the gas, that ball is going to gradually go towards the accelerator indicator, meaning you're accelerating at a speed that is not driving efficiently. Same thing with the brake. If you brake with this car, it's got regenerative braking, which means it actually takes the power from the brakes and tries to recharge the battery while you're going down the road, which is pretty cool.
We're currently finishing up our lap around the Dartmouth Motors parking lot here. We're inside of a 2012 Chevy Volt. Jim McKay and Barry Potwin here at Dartmouth Motors on the John Stark Highway in Newport. And this thing is just so quiet. I mean, it probably sounds like we're just sitting in a room here, but we've just been driving around this whole time in this car, and just incredibly quiet as we put it in park and let off the gas. And, yeah. This is some car, and there's your tone as you just turned the car off. And then afterwards, it lets you know what you just used from your charge and what you're currently at right now.
Yeah, as you can see, we went about a half mile, and there's our lifetime rating going up a couple miles per gallon, even though we only went a half a mile. The battery is the only thing that we use for power as we were driving around. Just a really efficient car. Pretty cool car, latest technology. There's actually a couple apps that you can download on your smartphone just to see what your charge is at, tire pressure, all kinds of good stuff. We could show you if you come down to Dartmouth Motors. Definitely give you a demo on this.
Excellent. This is the 2012 Chevy Volt test drive with Barry Potwin here at Dartmouth Motors, Jim McKay for News Talk 99.7 WNTK. And what is the pricing on something like the Volt?
Well, the pricing starts at $39,000. That's a base model. Here's a good thing, though. The government, if you buy an electric car right now, they're offering a $7,500 tax credit. So really, you could get into this car for about $32,000 after your tax credit and whatnot.
There you have it. This has been the test drive of the Chevy Volt down here at the Dartmouth Motors with Barry Potwin and Jim McKay, right down on the John Stark Highway, right around the corner from the Newport Sugar River Shopping Plaza, right in the heart of Newport. Come on down, take a look at this absolutely beautiful, state-of-the-art, energy-efficient, gas-efficient car, the 2012 Chevy Volt. This has been your Dartmouth Motors test drive with the 2012 Chevy Volt. Barry Potwin and Jim McKay on News Talk 99.7 WNTK.